For Louisiana versus all y'all, Jarrett Roser here with new LSU commitment, Kylan Billiot, who already has a smile as we say that. Kylan, how does that sound? LSU commit Kylan Billiot.
That sounds really good. Like that fits me. That fits me.
When did this seem like it was a reality for you? You're a guy that you've talked to us a couple times this week about this is a dream school, a dream opportunity. Like a lot of guys growing up in Louisiana, you watched a lot of purple and gold on Saturdays. You have some connections already on that roster. When did it feel like it was a realistic opportunity for you to be one of those guys that is going to play in Tiger Stadium on Saturdays?
It felt like that when my nanny sent me a video of a little kid catching a football and was like, "Kind of, I can't wait to see you play in LSU uniform." And I was like, "Dang, like this is real." Like, and it took me a little while to process. I'm not gonna lie, cause it's like not everybody get to play at LSU. So like for me too, it's a big deal.
When was that video? That was this week. That
Yeah, that was yesterday.
got you. So even after the offer on Saturday, a few days just felt kind of surreal. It hadn't fully
Yeah,
sunk in.
it didn't really it didn't feel real at all. Like right now, it's like a lot to take in because like my responsibility changes. Like everything changes about like my life. So it's really hard to take in. Like yeah.
I want to ask you more about that, but first let's kind of walk back through Saturday. I don't know at what point it it hits you that a lot of buzz was kind of starting to generate about you through the day as you guys, the Terrebonne Tigers, were up at LSU for that 7-on-7 tournament, and then obviously make it to your division championship game, and afterward, pretty quickly, I think Coach Denbrock's there, Coach Sloan's there, Jordan
Yeah.
Arsamon, a guy that you've known for forever, Coach Sloan, Coach Cortez Hankton, and just take me through that moment of, I think it was Coach Denbrock that kind of caught you first to bring you over to some of the other offensive coaches and how it all unfolded in that moment.
It was really like it was crazy. Like in my mind, I knew it was coming, but like I would just when Coach Hankton was talking to me, I was like, all right, he about to say it now. He about to say it now. And he never said it. And then when he finally said it, I was like, it came true. Like I was it was unreal. It was unreal.
You could see the emotions, and then very quickly, Coach Ty is right there, Mason, Quincy, Kyron, everybody kind of swarming you a little bit to celebrate. Walk me through all the emotions. What's kind of flying through your head? How good did that feel to have an offer that you had wanted for a long time and worked really hard toward?
It felt really well to see I earned it and not given to me because that's what a lot of people be getting mixed up at. Like it's really hard to play LSU. So for me to earn it, that made me feel like I could have cried, but I didn't want to show no emotions like that. So it's time to go to work now because I got a big target on my back.
What did Mason and Kyron say?
They was like, "Welcome to the family." And Kyron was really like, "I'm about to stay another year. Like just for you, I'm about to stay another year."
Nice. When did you feel, you said walking over to Coach Hankton and company, that you felt like that is what that moment was kind of building to?
Mm-hmm.
When did you realize during the course of the day, okay, I'm really putting the pressure on them. I'm showing what I can do in a way that this might be the day.
Uh, Probably the third game or the second game. Whenever Coach Ty had to talk to me, it was like, "Look, bro, like all eyes on you. So like, you do your thing, or you don't do your thing. This determines if you get offered to there or you don't." So after that, I just went, "Oh, like,
And in the championship game, you have a couple of big catches, but one is in the back corner of the end zone, literally right in front of Coach Sloan, Jr. Belton, and Colin Hurley, who was on hand, kind of hanging out. How cool is that moment to make that type of a play a couple of feet in front of guys that are big recruiters on that staff and a guy that is the quarterback commit in that 24 class?
At first, I didn't even know they was right there until I really watched the video and like saw their reactions of me catching that ball. I was like, yeah, they see I'm like that now. Like they see I'm like that.
What's the biggest difference in you as a player from this time a year ago? We had talked during the spring. I thought you had a fantastic workout with Coach Hankton and company last summer after one of the camps, the tail end of one of the camps. But this year it seemed like you took some levels of focus and whatnot to a next level. What do you look at as your biggest areas of progress and things that set you to that next level, to an LSU offer level?
Working harder. Like I was working extremely hard. Like last year, it wasn't because I watch it a lot. Like I like the workouts recorded and I watch it. Like I look at me now from last year, that was a big difference. I'm not impressed by the last year's workout. So I knew I had to come back extremely hard and like
How has this week been, just celebrating with your family when you get back to down to Homan, or hanging out uh with with mom, pops, family? What was the energy like Saturday evening and through those next couple days?
my mama, my mama just kept on calling me. She was like, all these people added me on social media, blah blah blah. I'm like, Mom, it's gonna come with it. And my grandma, like my whole family is excited. Like my grandpa barely even knows football, and he's excited. So like that's how you know it's a big deal.
You mentioned the responsibility that comes with being an LSU commit. Talk me through that. What do you mean by that? Now that you have that moniker, or you mentioned a target on your back as a player out there on the field and whatnot, what comes with being a guy that is going to be an LSU Tiger football player in the state of Louisiana?
Your work ethic. People watch you 20, like people was watching me, but they watch you every day. They watching your social media. They watching how you act on the sideline. They watch you when they see you in public. They just all eyes on you. So whatever you do determines how they look at you. So like if I do one wrong thing, people gonna like even my teammates gonna look at me and be like LSU, they ain't taking nobody like that do this. So like that's why my leader responsibility goes up. Like in the real world, in here, everywhere.
Who are some of those first guys that you remember, whether it be watching on TV or actually seeing in person, whether it be coming up to Baton Rouge or them just being around the state and around the community, that as a young athlete in the state you saw and were like, okay, this is an LSU Tiger. This is what it means to wear purple and gold and all of those things that come with it.
Justin Jefferson, he's unreal. Like he's just so smooth. Like I don't know. Like I just that's my favorite player in college football and in NFL. He just unreal. Like his body, the way he moves. Like I want to, like I mimic my game like after him. So yeah.
After you find the end zone, how's the gritty game?
What? I can really good.
Which you mentioned, looking up to Jets and trying to model some things after what he does, as smooth as he is and quick with his route running. Dude just at every level has seemed to live open because of what he does off the line to opposing DBs. What should folks expect to see from you when you can talk some about what we're expecting to see from you this fall, but certainly for LSU fans, when you get to Baton Rouge, what do you feel like you can bring to a receiving room that has a track record of some really good players, both past and present? What do you kind of bring to that table and bring to some Saturday afternoons and evenings?
Outside speed, DB matchup nightmare, basically. I can attack the ball at the highest point that most DBs can't reach. So like I think they really need that right now, or like once like all the veterans leave. So I feel like I could bring speed on the outside, my length to LSU.
We talked about hearing from some of the older players that are already at LSU. Have you heard much yet from your 2024 classmates? At this point, 11 of the last 12 commits in this class are guys from around Louisiana, and you're the first guy in this class that from down the bayou a little bit. You've got obviously Tut up at Destrehan is probably the closest proximity wise, but how much do you know these guys? How much have you heard from them over the last few days?
I don't really know. I really don't know. I know Wallace. I know a couple of them, but like everybody's been telling me, "Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family," and feels good. So I'm gonna get to know them at like the little LSU splash thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to just build our relationship. That's about it.
Yeah, no doubt. And it seems like when guys commit, they start to have, okay, I'm on board now. Who can I figure out to join this class and be next up? Do you have other guys in this class around the state that you're starting to look at a little bit and say, man, it'd be great if we could get you on board too, or anything like that? Or is all this still so fresh that you need a little bit more time before you get to that point?
It's a little fresh, so I need a little more time before I actually get to that point.
What do folks need to know about you that we haven't hit on? We talk about some of the game. I think in a couple of our recent interviews, including this one, people will see a little bit of the personality, talking about, I'm a football guy now, but I can still go give anybody buckets, or my gritty
I
game's on
could.
point.
I
what
could.
what do you hope they know about you as a young man, as a personality, as a guy with some character in the building? When they walk away knowing about Kylan Billiot, not just football player, but young man, what do you hope that message and that impression is?
I'm real goofy. Like I like the clown a lot. So, but like when it's business time, it's business time. But off the field, I'm a clown. Like that's just me. Uh, I still like to play basketball too. Like I ain't really playing summer ball, and I don't know if I'm gonna play for regular season, but I still go play like anytime. And I like hanging out with my family, being around them, and yeah.
Good stuff, man. Well, again, congratulations and appreciate your time. Kylan Billiot, new LSU commit.
Yes, sir.
He's Kylan. I'm Jarrett Roser for Louisiana versus all y'all. Thank y'all.